What happens if you fall behind on child support payments and you're found in contempt of court? That's the question I'll be answering in today's video. In this video, we'll be talking about what happens when somebody falls behind on child support payments and is found in contempt of court. Now, this is a situation that can quickly escalate, leading to serious legal consequences, including jail time, as we recently saw with actor and singer Tyrese Gibson. Tyrese was held in contempt of court in Fulton County for failing to make his child support payments, and the judge in the Fulton County courtroom ordered him to be jailed. So let's break down what being in contempt of court means and how the legal process works when child support payments are missed. Now, in most states, including Georgia, child support is taken very seriously, and falling behind on payments can lead to severe penalties. If a parent is found to be in willful contempt, meaning they are able to pay but they just choose not to, the court can enforce various punishments. These can include wage garnishments, suspension of a driver's license, and in some cases, such as Tyrese's situation, even jail time. Contempt of court in the context of child support occurs when a parent fails to follow a court order requiring them to pay a certain amount of child support at certain intervals, and that's what got Tyrese in trouble, failing to make the court-ordered required child support payments. The court can issue penalties in order to force the parent to meet their obligations. This type of violation of a court order is generally considered a civil contempt, meaning it's not usually punishable by a prison sentence, initially anyway. And the punishment can continue until the parent complies with the court order, such as by paying the child support owed. So back to Tyrese Gibson's case. The judge in Fulton County, Georgia determined that he was in willful contempt for not paying his child support obligations. Now, the fact that the court found this to be willful is important because it implies that the court believes that Tyrese has the means to pay, but is refusing to do so. Okay, so what happens after a finding of contempt? When the court finds a parent in willful contempt, several things can happen next. First, there will be an order issued on the hearing or trial before the judge, and it will require that the parent make the payments. They may be ordered to pay everything due immediately, or there may be a schedule issued by the court to make those payments sequentially to get caught up. Now, the court may issue other financial penalties such as interest on the unpaid child support, as well as reimbursement of any costs or attorney fees that the other party incurred in bringing the contemptuous parent to court to resolve the matter. The parent's wages might also be garnished. The court can order the parent's employer to withhold a portion of their income and send it directly to the parent receiving child support, or pay it into the registry of the court, and then the funds are dispersed by the court to the receiving parent. Here's a big one that usually gets people to pay up. You ready for it? Driver's licenses and passports can be suspended. States often have the authority to suspend driver's licenses if child support goes unpaid for an extended period of time. That one usually gets people to pay up, especially if they're doing a lot of driving for work or work as an actual driver, whether it be by truck, an Uber driver, an Amazon driver, or even if they have to drive to their office job. Taking away someone's ability to drive really works to get people to live up to their obligations, and it's amazing how creative they'll be in finding the funds owed and getting them paid. There's also the option of incarceration. If the court finds that nothing else is working, they may order the parent to serve jail time, as we saw in Tyrese's case. Jail is usually a last resort, but it's important to understand that it's a real possibility for parents who don't comply with their child support orders. Just like taking away a license, putting someone in jail until they pay will do wonders to resolve the issue. Now let's discuss the process of actually filing that contempt of court for failure to pay child support. First, the custodial parent will need to file a motion for contempt. The non-paying parent, who was supposed to be paying, will then be served with a notice to appear in court. Then there will be a hearing at which both parents will have a chance to present their case. The non-paying parent will need to explain why they haven't made their payments as ordered. If the court finds their reasons unsatisfactory and believes that they had the ability to pay, they may be found in contempt and face some or all of the consequences that I just described. And now in Tyrese's situation, the judge found it justifiable to make him spend some time in jail. I know the judge who heard this case. I've appeared before this judge on multiple occasions, and he's a very wise and fair judge. So I know that if Tyrese ended up in temporary incarceration for non-payment of child support, I am sure that the judge had lots of evidence to support that decision, even if we members of the public can't really understand or agree with it. So what should you do if your ex is behind on child support? Well, if you're the parent who's supposed to receive child support and your ex has fallen behind, there are steps you can take to hold them accountable. As I talked about a minute ago, file a motion for contempt. You can request that the court enforce the existing child support order by holding your ex in contempt. Next, gather your evidence before you go to court. Don't go to court and then tell the court, well, I can get this together and send it on to you. You have to go to court with the evidence. You're going to need to show proof that your ex has not made the required payments. Bank records, pay stubs, communications can help prove your case. Although, as an aside, the onus and the responsibility is on the party who was supposed to pay to prove that they did pay, because it's much harder to prove that something didn't happen than it is to prove that you did actually do what you're supposed to do. But bring all that stuff with you when you go to court. Next thing, hire a family law attorney. Hire a really good one. This contempt process could be complex, and having a really good family law attorney to guide you can make a huge difference, especially since they'll be making all those arguments that I was just talking to you about a few seconds ago. They'll help ensure that your child's financial needs are prioritized and that the other parent is held accountable for not paying their child support as ordered. Now, let's flip the script here. What if you're the one who's behind in those child support payments? If you are, it is crucial to take action before it escalates into a contempt. First, be honest and be open and communicate with the other parent that you owe money to about the situation. Don't hide from it, okay? Ignoring something and putting your head in the sand doesn't make it go away. It just pisses off the other side and gets you in more hot water. Show the other side, the person you owe money to, show them respect. They're your child's other parent. And there was a time where you got along with them. That's how you made the kid. So show them respect now when you find yourself in this situation. If there is any way to work it out without it getting completely out of hand, do it. Make whatever payment you can. If your child support payment is supposed to be X, don't fail to send something, even if it's not the entire amount. That is the worst thing you can do. I have seen it in court over and over again. Even if you're supposed to be paying this, even if you send this little amount or this little amount or this little amount, make as much of a partial payment as you can so that they know that you're trying and they see your good faith, your attempt at good faith anyway, and they don't feel completely disrespected by you. That is what will get you into court faster than anything else, is when you disrespect the other side. You know this. You know what I'm telling you is true, so do it. How would you feel if you were the parent who was supposed to get child support and you got nothing versus even a little bit of something? That little bit of something acknowledges your debt. If you're facing financial difficulties due to a change in circumstances that are beyond your control and not of your own fault, you may be able to request a modification of your child support order, but this should be done before you fall behind, not afterwards. The biggest thing, though, is to show an effort to pay something that shows good faith and may even prevent the court from finding you in contempt if the other side does take you to court. Make sure you hire an attorney. If you're at risk of being held in contempt, an attorney can help you navigate the legal system and potentially avoid jail time. So here's the takeaway from this whole video and everything I've talked about today. If you're ordered to pay child support, it is crucial to make your payments on time in the amount you're supposed to pay, or request a modification if your financial situation changes for reasons that are none of your doing and that are not your fault. Falling behind in your child support payments can lead to serious consequences, including jail time, as we saw in Tyrese Gibson's case. Whether you're the parent who's supposed to receive the support, or whether you're the parent who's supposed to pay, understanding the legal process and knowing your options, depending on which side you're on, is key to navigating through this difficult situation.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, follow, and turn on the alerts so that you get notified of our new videos. Share these videos and leave comments and ask us questions and let us know what topics you'd like for us to cover. Also, join our Facebook group at Georgia Divorce and Custody for even more information. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.